Hello everyone, my name is Evan Preston from Emfx.
My name is Jake Parrish from Emfx.
And we are on Podcast on Main from Split Windows Studios.
We're presenting This Week in Geek, a show where me and Evan talk about the most important moments in the past week for news, anything related to movies, video games, TVs, comics, anything nerd fan culture, we're going to report on the news. And without further ado, you think we should get started?
Let's get started.
Yes, sir.
903 Brewers. All right. So to start things off today, we're talking tariffs.
Oh,
yep.
Rough start.
I know. So most of the tabletop board games are being made in China. It's just how it is.
True.
And many publishers are now facing the end of production on some of their board games, and they want to ship them out.
Yeah.
But, shipping costs now amount to devastating losses.
You're looking at triple originally what they would be at the
Oh my
very
gosh,
least.
yeah. And so what makes this so difficult for American publishers is that if you wanted to make, just a board game box here in America, right? If you didn't want to go through, the tariffs in China and you just wanted to do it straight here, if you just wanted to make a board game box right here in the States.
Out of cardboard?
Yeah, out of cardboard.
Nice.
It would be the same cost, the same amount to make a complete board game with all the pieces, the board, in China.
Oh, man.
In China, the same exact. Yes. So
that's rough.
yeah, it's a tough time. So all we can do is hope for the best, hope things get better, and
see if the market stabilizes, see if we reach a point of conclusion with these tariffs, to see if we can just reach a point where everybody can be profitable again.
Exactly.
Because this is not going great for a lot of people. There's more price changes on the way because of tariffs, but I want to shift to something more positive. Let's talk about Sinners. Wow.
Yeah.
Super cool Ryan Coogler movie. I've unfortunately not gotten to see it yet, and I can't stop thinking about how I have failed by not seeing it yet. But let's talk about Sinners' box office. $120 million domestic box office.
Crazy.
6% fall from opening weekend on its second weekend. I don't know if people know this. That is unheard of. Yeah. That is ridiculous. A 6% drop. We could be looking at $200 million domestic. Like the last movie that did that is like Infinity War. It's a cultural phenomenon, especially in the U.S., and I think it's really cool. This is a unique franchise. This is Coogler's brainchild, and it's based on American folklore. It's based on American traditions, based on African-American tradition, and I just think it's so cool that there's all this praise for it. I mean, it had the smallest second weekend drop for any film opening north of $40 million since Avatar in 2009.
Yeah, that's insane.
And Avatar, I believe, is still the highest box office movie of all time.
I think so.
Yeah, and so we're seeing that level of performance from this movie that, it's not Marvel, it's not DC, it's just this independent thing. And it's got Michael B. Jordan, granted. It's not like some indie sleeper from A24 in 2017.
Right.
But still, I think we need to pay attention to this industry, to how successful this has been and how people just want good movies from our tours.
Yep. Good movies. That's what we
want.
That's what we want. So going back a little bit to the board game world, and talking a little bit about AI. So the Ennies, right? Do you know what the Ennies are?
No.
So it's an award. It's an award show for like games and stuff. And so the Ennies will actually not be accepting AI-generated tabletop RPG content. So I don't know if you know, but Dungeons & Dragons was about to start, really using AI.
Going a lot in generative AI.
Yep, exactly, for their content. And, that's upsetting a lot of...
dedicated fans, I imagine.
Yeah, dedicated fans, but also just people who, create... their own, tabletop RPG games.
Content. It's a lot of people's jobs.
Yeah, exactly. And, so beginning with the 2025-2026 submission cycle, the Ennie Awards will no longer accept any products containing generative AI or created with the assistance of large language models or similar technologies for visual, written or edited content.
Oh, this is everything.
Everything.
Everything. Wow.
So creators wishing to submit products must ensure that no AI-generated elements are included in their works.
The bold stance, I appreciate it. I just don't know how they're going to enforce it.
I don't know either. They're going to have to come up with a very strict, checker or something. I mean, I know they're out there, but I mean, that's going to have to be really intense.
But I wish them luck. I think that's a cool precedent to set. At least with Game Awards, I think those should be focused on human achievement. So
Yeah.
I can appreciate that. I can understand that.
And with, tabletop RPG in general, right? Like it's about what we create together for people,
Bingo.
human interaction. That's the whole
Exactly.
point, right? Getting around a table, playing it together with friends. And part of the whole experience as a dungeon master, you know this, I know this, is, being stumped on, where am I going to take, these characters? Where am I going to take the party, the adventure? That's all part of the fun,
It's a
right?
human experience of it.
Exactly.
And, yeah. I'm glad this is probably turning some heads in the industry and kind of changing direction.
Yeah.
Something cool. I don't know if you know Blue Ocean Games. They're a publisher. They have committed to a $30 million fund to invest in indie games via a game challenge.
Oh.
And I'm a huge indie game fan. We actually just wrapped up filming for a review of another indie game I really like. And this is just really exciting to me because Blue Ocean Games, they've kind of realized, I'll read a quote here from the CEO. There is a structural problem in the indie game industry where the gap between what investors are willing to fund, what developers dream of creating, and what players crave, have grown too wide. Beyond simply filling a funding gap, we are trying to reimagine the ecosystem itself. So they've committed to a sale system. This fund employs a distinctive investment instrument called SALE, Structured Agreement for Indie Launch. It provides the developers with an investment at the concept stage before the first playable builds, funding of $100,000 per developer distributed over 2 years, objective market validation milestones rather than subjective checkpoints, hybrid equity and revenue share agreement that balances developer control with investor returns, and developer retention of IP ownership.
Oh, that's
last
huge.
one is huge. And this is from this article I'm reading this from. It's from GameBeat. Let's see if I can find the author on here.
Man, that really is huge, though.
But yeah, no, I think that could really change the way a lot of this industry works. And they're offering $30 million. I think that is awesome.
Wow.
So we could see some really, really cool ideas come from this.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll get involved.
Oh, also found the writer for this article is Dean Takashi. Thank you, Dean Takashi, for this excellent summary on Blue Ocean Games from GameBeat.
Very cool. All right. Well, also talking about gaming news this week, EA lays off. They're laying off again. So Electronic Arts has announced another round of layoffs.
It's been a rough couple years for them.
I know.
Wow.
Affecting approximately 300 to 400 employees, including 100 as its submissionary Respawn Entertainment. So yeah, this marks the third consecutive year of significant staff reductions at the company.
Yeah.
Third. I mean, it doesn't surprise me, right? Like the fans are getting
They're fed up.
They're fed up. They're
fed
upset.
And the gaming market's changing.
Yeah,
It's changing and it's getting more expensive. So I think the key for developers is you're just going to need to make it the best bang for your buck.
100%.
And I don't think EA is focused on that.
No.
I think they're focused on extracting as much profit as they can from the individual consumer, and I think that's bad for practice.
100%. I mean, you look at a game like, The Sims 4, right? Oh my gosh. Right?
It's like a tragedy.
It is a tragedy. The Sims 4 is a game that, you would think, okay, cool. I pay $50, I get the whole experience. No.
Broken it apart into endless minutia.
Exactly. So much to the point to where, the base game is now free, actually. I don't know if you knew this.
Free to play.
They made it free because the DLC
$60 launch, people.
Yeah.
$60 launch.
So but yeah, let's still,
I feel bad for people at Respawn because they care a lot, and I know because of this, the new Titanfall got canceled, which That
Oh
hurts
gosh, yeah.
so much.
No, I mean I feel bad for the people at EA,
Yeah,
right?
because they're developers who care.
Yeah, no,
it's just
they do
the
care.
people. It's just a lot of the corporate people.
Yeah,
it's just a lot of the people
how
inserting those mechanics in.
you know how it goes.
It's brutal. What else? Ghost of Yotai. Quick news comes out October 2nd. Date officially dropped. And I remember you and me, we played Ghost of Tsushima together.
Yeah, we
And
did.
We were, I think, sophomores in college playing Ghost of Tsushima, and that opening cinematic where
Oh my
you're
gosh.
running through it, incredible. Very excited about that.
Yeah, that was one of the key moments of our college career playing
Experience.
Ghost of
We were all in
Tsushima.
this. Me, him, and our friend Moon, who
Also from
we got to get him
Emfx.
on the podcast at one point.
Yeah,
we're
we
all huddled up in this tiny room, not much bigger than this, just all looking at that screen and realizing, oh, this game is sick. And that game is sick. The game is sick. I've heard that Ghost of Yotai is going to be even better. Tons of new mechanics, tons of new features. I'm super excited.
We'll see.
We also got some news from Borderlands 4, one of my favorite franchises. They've actually moved up the launch date, not
Really?
back.
Oh, I saw
They
that.
moved
I
it
saw
up.
that.
And a lot of people are saying it's because
GTA
of GTA
6.
6.
Oh,
And
yeah.
originally I believed that, but Randy Pitchford himself, CEO of Gearbox and one of the funniest people in the games industry. Direct quote from him. Borderlands 4 shipping early is 100% the result of confidence in the game and development trajectory backed by actual tasks and bug find/fix rates. Our decision is literally 0% about any other product's actual or theoretical launch date. To which I say, sure, Jan.
Gotcha.
Like, I understand where they're coming from, and that's probably true. I've heard from all the playtesters that it's actually Borderlands 4 is shaped up to be really cool. But, come on. It's GTA 6. It's GTA 6. It's coming. It's going to change everything. So we just need
and
to.
we'll be talking a
We'll
lot
be
more
talking
about that.
soon. Don't worry about it.
So another thing coming up is tomorrow, and by the time this video releases, it'll already be out. Marvel's Thunderbolts,
Yes.
which actually, you know what,
Thunderbolts.
looks pretty good.
It looks good. I'm excited.
I haven't been excited for a lot of Marvel projects of recent years, but
long
Thunderbolts, I'm actually excited.
Great cast.
Oh yeah,
Florence Pugh,
man,
incredible.
and Florence Pugh. I mean, dude, Bucky Barnes also. I love his character.
And then who's the big guy? They got the big red dude.
Yeah, he's from Stranger
David
Things.
Harper?
Yeah, dude, so
Phenomenal
good, so
actor.
good. And another movie news. So a Minecraft movie released on April 4th. Right, this film has grossed $818 million worldwide, becoming the second highest grossing video game film of all time.
What's first? Is it Mario?
I don't. You know what? I don't know.
I think it's Sonic. I think it's one of the Sonics.
Really?
I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's one of the Sonics. Either way, that is a ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah, no
My
kidding.
God.
So yeah, props to them. I met one of the producers on that when they were making the film. When I was down in Hollywood, and they said that film had actually gone through some rewrites during COVID, and they were a little nervous at times. But man, yeah, dude,
What a success.
what a success! So props to them.
Props to Jack Black.
Yeah,
Fun
yeah,
performance.
dude, Jack Black.
Just great to see
killed
him
it.
on stage.
Exactly.
Let's talk about something that is less exciting
Uh-oh.
and more depressing. Microsoft has increased prices on all consoles, accessories, and games by a significant amount. We're talking Xbox Series S from $299 to $379. Talking Xbox Series S 1 terabyte, $349 to $429.
Oh my gosh.
Xbox Series X 2 terabyte, $729 from $599. And we're seeing all these price increases across the boards, across all the
Tariffs?
equipment, across all the it's
I
the
mean,
tariffs.
it's got to be.
A lot of it, I think the majority of this is from the tariffs. A direct quote, "We understand these changes are challenging. They were made with careful consideration given market condition and the rising cost of development. Looking ahead, we continue to focus on offering more ways to play more games across any screen and ensuring value for Xbox players." They also said that the cost of the games themselves will be rising to $80. I would be worried if I was Microsoft.
Yeah, me too.
Their physical sales are already down.
Yeah.
I came from Xbox, and this pains me to say. I think this might be the last Xbox we see.
Really?
I think they might be done.
Well, I mean, Xbox is having less and less,
just control of the market. Like,
Yeah.
it's essentially you have a PlayStation or you have a Switch.
Well, what I was trying to say is that they're having less and less exclusives.
Yeah. Oh,
right. Like,
absolutely.
I mean, Sony is owning that exclusive space, which, you know, I'm not a fan of exclusives. I hate exclusives, right? I want inclusivity as much as we can, especially in gaming, right?
The practice needs to go away.
But Xbox doesn't really have that anymore, right?
I mean, they had Halo.
They had Halo, but I mean, isn't Halo going up?
The thing is, every game that they release also comes out on PC.
Right.
So it's just that spectacle.
Yeah.
And I know the reason they did that is so they have the cross-play, the immersive Xbox PC world. But that is unfortunately, why have an Xbox?
Yeah,
when I could just have a Windows PC.
Yeah.
And a PlayStation 5.
For not that much more.
Another
these
thing,
days.
Super quick, I want to shout out an upcoming movie that looks killer, Weapons, directed by Zach Kreger.
Oh,
That's
dude.
coming out August 8th. Trailer came out this week. I just made him watch it.
Yeah, killer trailer. I mean, I cannot wait to see it.
Looks incredible.
Yeah.
Creepy as hell.
Very creepy.
Super scary. I mean, this is directed and written by Zach Kreger, who, if you don't know, was a YouTuber for a while. He was in the New York City-based comedy troupe, The Whitest Kids You Know, alongside Trevor Moore. Rest in peace. He also helped create Barbarian, and now this is his first solo directed and written. And apparently there was a bidding war for this script.
That's
that
wild.
got so nasty, Jordan Peele fired his manager. I know.
That's almost unheard of.
I'm very excited to see where this goes. I mean, stunning cast, too. Josh Brolin, Julia Gardner.
I love Josh Brolin.
Benedict Wong. Super excited.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be
great.
Killer. It's going to be killer.
And that wraps up this week's episode.
I think that should cover everything. Just about everything really important in this week in
Geek. All right. See you guys next time.
See y'all next time. Hope you'll have a safe rest of your week, and we'll see y'all next week. With more news, more fun times, more jovial chuckles.
All right. See you next time.